Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. In today's video, I'm going to talk about liquidity pools. If you've got some crypto on your wallet and you'd like to earn some passive income, this is definitely something you'd want to watch. This is not financial advice, so this is just to show you guys on some of the ways you could actually earn some passive income on your crypto. There's two particular platforms where I'll be showing you guys how to do this. You can do it on Pancake Swap. You can also do it on Planet Finance. Now, like I said, these are only some of the many platforms which are available out there. So without wasting any further time, let us get into it. Okay, so what are liquidity pools? Liquidity pools are one of the foremost things that come to mind when thinking of liquidity pools in their definition. It is basically an assortment of funds locked within a smart contract. For those of you who don't know what a smart contract is, it's basically a piece of code that runs on the blockchain. Liquidity pools facilitate different types of transactions, such as decentralized lending and trading, along with many other functions. They are the foundation of various types of decentralized exchanges or DEXs like Uniswap. If you can remember, I told you there's many platforms you can do this on. I will not be showing it on Uniswap. I'll just be focusing on Pancake and Planet Finance. So you can think of liquidity pools as, you've got this pool, right, that you want to lock your tokens into to get some rewards. Let's just say you've got some BNB and some Ethereum that you'd like to put into this pool. But to do that, you have to have the same amount of BNB relative to the Ethereum tokens you want to put in. So if you put in 0.5 Ethereum and it's worth, let's just say, $2,000, you have to actually put in $2,000 worth of BNB to be able to contribute to the liquidity pool. Some users, referred to as liquidity providers, could add the equivalent value of 2 tokens in a specific pool for creating a market. Liquidity providers could earn the trading fees from all the transactions carried out in their pool. Interestingly, the trading fees depend directly on their share in the total liquidity. The easier the process of becoming a liquidity provider has improved the accessibility of market making with automated market makers, or AMMs. So basically, as a liquidity provider, you become the exchange. If you can think of all these centralized exchanges, and you take a DEX, you take a decentralized exchange, you basically earn rewards from every trading that happens in that particular pool. So you become the exchange. You get all the trading fees off that, if I can put it like that. So let's get into how it actually works. The core foundation to liquidity pools. The most significant aspect in answers to what is a liquidity pool would obviously point out to the working, basically to their function. That was what I was trying to say. To their function, automated market makers have emerged as a formidable factor in changing their conventional approaches for trading crypto assets. AMMs, automated market makers, have evolved as an innovative drive for enabling on-chain trading without any order book, without any direct counterparty for the execution of the trades. You can easily get in and out of positions on token pairs. If it's your first time coming across the words automated market makers, don't freak out. Basically, this is more of an... So I'm gonna put it into a very casual, my personal casual definition of what these automated market makers are. So these things, they run on protocols, right? Which basically kind of like automate the whole process of exchanging tokens inside these pools. And within the process, there's algorithms that determine the price of each of those digital assets, and they work with pairs of, like exchangeable assets. So like these digital assets can then be automatically exchanged based on the algorithm. So they don't follow like the traditional order book model that's used by most of these centralized exchanges. I hope that makes sense. So liquidity pools are basically a collection of funds deposited by liquidity providers into a smart contract. AMM trades do not involve any counterparty, and users have to carry out the trade with respect to liquidity. If the buyer wants to buy, they do not have to rely on a seller at a specific moment. On the contrary, adequate liquidity in the pool could support the execution of the trade. And that's why liquidity providers are rewarded in the whole process. So yeah, so these are some of the uses of liquidity pools. There's yield farming, there's token distribution, and governance. So so before you go and add some liquidity on these platforms, you have to be cognizant of the fact that there are certain risk factors which are associated with these liquidity pools, and there are four which I'd like to mention. First being your impermanent loss, your liquidity pool hacks, smart contract bugs, and systematic risks. Those are the four risks which are associated with liquidity pools, as long as you're aware of it. So let's jump into these platforms. We'll start with Pancake Swap. I will leave the links in my description if you'd like to have a look at these platforms at your own time. With Pancake Swap, as you can see, we've got Cake with BNB, we've got BUSD with BNB, and it's got your estimated APR, interest, it's got your liquidity. So pretty much you can just, connect into any of these pools and start staking your LP for some interest and start making that money. But like I said, just take into consideration the risks that I've spoken about, especially your impermanent loss. Just take those things into consideration when you choose into any of these pools that you'd like to stake. So if you'd like to perhaps go with Cake and BNB, all you gotta do, preferably use Google Chrome when you do this, because you'd have to add your wallet extensions over here. So all you gotta do is you're gonna connect your wallets. Okay, for the purposes of the safety of my wallet, I'm not gonna necessarily connect my wallet.
Nigga, wool up, just wool up.
And after connecting it, it's very simple. Then you're just gonna add your Cake and your BNB, and you sign the transaction, approve it, then you stake. That's it. That's basically all you do. And with Planet Finance, you do the same thing. There's different pools over here. Just choose a pool that you'd like to invest into, and then you just click on it. Look at the links in the description. You can play around with it, and you at least have the interface in front of you, and probably you probably be able to connect and start earning. And these APYs are quite good actually. I mean, there isn't any traditional bank that offers anything over just 5% on an annually interest. So these interest rates are quite good, but they don't remain constant. They do change over time. Yeah. Guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please leave a like and subscribe.